Turn a dollar to a million, ho, what's happening? Yeah, hey. Orange laces for my shoestrings.
What is up, guys? Dashing here, bringing you yet another episode of CMV, guys, and, well, the very last episode of NGW. That's right, in case you missed it. Announced just last night that, unfortunately, because of IRL issues, getting a new job, schedule's going to be a bit tighter. Unfortunately, NGW having to come to an end, and so this indeed will be the last episode of NGW, but going to go out in style this upcoming weekend with the final checkpoint, guys, London. And after that, it's some great news for the boys of NGW, because they'll be able next week to start competing on the main roster on Shockwave and Octane. A fresh start it will be for the competitors here at NGW, but they're certainly looking to go out with a bang, not just here tonight, but also in London this upcoming weekend. We're getting things started here as Callum Santana, who just made his debut a couple of weeks ago. His time at NGW to be short-lived. Going to be taking on Sebastian Monet of the Arsenal of Justice. Santana very impressive in his debut, picking up a win. But now has to deal with the unorthodox Sebastian Monet, fresh off of his loss to Nick Avery back in Miami. Avery giving him a proper thrashing. Still working on my British lingo, not only going into London, but of course Ascendance 11 now. It is a straight shot, my friends. The show of shows just 4 weeks away. Following last night's Purgatory event. What a show that was. But again, for all these superstars here at NGW, it's a new beginning starting next week. Competing on the main roster, so all of them looking to show up on Shockwave or Octane with some momentum on their side. That's what Santana and Monet are looking to do here in our first matchup. Of course, guys, our main event going to see Sexton Stone one-on-one with JB Hayes. Both men with a legitimate claim to a shot at the NGW Championship. Perhaps one of them going to punch their ticket to London this weekend. You know that Paul Devine set to challenge whomever is NGW champion on the grandest stage of all, Ascendance 11. So whoever leaves Checkpoint London this weekend, going into what would be undoubtedly the biggest match of their career at the show of shows. Sebastian Monet out of that camel clutch position, punches across the forehead of Santana, able to quickly get himself out of the way. Irish whip sends Monet into the corner. Cautious approach by the rookie, going to get a couple of boots to the face. Now Monet with what looks like a powerbomb attempt. However, Callum Santana able to counter out of it. Big old back elbow, taking Monet down, back to his feet. A wheelbarrow arm drag, sending Santana into the corner. Also here tonight, guys, Joe Blade in action, looking to keep up the impressive streak he has been on as of late. Of course, knocking off Trevor Hannibal last episode of NGW and attacking him after the match as well, putting an exclamation point on it. Pinfall attempt here by Monet. We're also going to see RJ Kidd one-on-one with August Guy. That could be a potential show stealer right there. In the corner, Santana turned around. Monet with a forearm to the small of his back. A strike. The back of the knee, tries to follow it up with a senton there in the corner, but instead gets a drop kick to the rear end. To the derriere. Santana, big old nasty power slam, letting out a little woo afterwards, feeling good about himself. Probably didn't feel that good. Did that kick upside the head. Super kick into the back of the head as well. Callum Santana into the pin. 1, 2. Hoping for another dub here on the last episode of NGW as Monet picks himself up slowly but surely there on the apron. Shot to the head. Now from behind, Santana back suplex. Right down out of the apron. We all know the hardest part of the ring. Thrown down as Santana on the floor. Monet hoping to bounce back after his loss to Nick Avery in Miami. Atomic drop, knee up the bum. And now back into the ring. Monet could have his sights set on ending this matchup. Callum Santana acting quickly, reels him in for a DDT. And a nasty knee. Monet just takes on the chin. Right back up and into the fight. Jumping clothesline, Santana trying to look for a moment of rest there in the corner. Not going to find it. Able to keep Monet at bay, though. Off the ropes he goes. Pop-up punch ya. Right hook. Gonna let up that jaw like the 4th of July. That's tomorrow. Tries for a wheel kick. Santana going to the ropes. Monet stops him. Hot action to kick off NGW here. Back suplex. And a lifting reverse DDT. Not finished as Santana, but Monet not out of this fight just yet. Looking for a tombstone pile driver. Crossing the arms. Is it rest in peace for Callum Santana here? No, at least not yet. Tries to pick himself back up. Monet staying on him. We've seen this before from Sebastian trying for that fisherman's DDT, but Callum Santana able to escape like his life is depending on it. Wheelbarrow DDT. Spiking Monet. Santana now goes to the corner. Fixing to hit something big, but Monet beginning to stir instead. A single knee to the gut. Again goes to the corner. Monet will just not stay down, though, beginning to aggravate Callum Santana. Knee drop to the extended arm. A lot of trouble right now with Sebastian Monet mocking him. Callum Santana moving quickly, too quickly here for Sebastian Monet. What a combination. Another knee drop to the extended arm of Monet. Picks him up for a single underhook lung blower. That'll have you gasping for air. Shots now to the knee of Monet. Callum Santana trying for a clothesline, but Monet able to reel it in. Spinning soul kick followed up with a gourd buster. And I'd say that Santana's gourd thoroughly busted there. Monet now sitting on the chest of Santana. Kidneys, massive power slam right down middle of the ring. Tries to go after the ankle though. Santana waiting for him. Enziguri. Challenge showing off a bit of power now. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. Not just once, follows through. 2 of them. Hang on a second. 3 of them. Tossing Monet around like it ain't no thing, but Sebastian gets to his feet. Only be dropped on his knees. Santana just thoroughly targeting every part of Monet's body here. Turns him around, inverted Olympic slam. And another knee to the jaw. Monet scrambles, but Santana on him. That peanut butter on jelly, baby, not letting him get far. Trips him up, double boot stomp to the chest. Finally to the top rope he goes. Santana fixing to fly. Waiting for Monet to get to his feet. Tries for a clothesline, maybe an elbow drop, but Monet gets out of the way. That's what Santana gets for playing around with your boy. Once again, just sits on Santana's chest. Punch to the back of the head. Ripcord clothesline. Sheesh. Just about taking Monet's head off. Yet another knee drop to the bicep of Monet. Not letting him get very far. Caught though with a dragon screw. Sebastian Monet off the ropes. Beautiful disaster kick. Santana tries to get right back up. Monet helps him. Irish whip sends him off the ropes. Waiting on the rebound. Leapfrog. Barrel roll. Gonna have Santana smashing face first into the canvas. Gonna try again for that Fisherman's DDT. But once more, Santana. Inverted Frankensteiner. Off the counter. Quick thinking there by Callum. Monet getting under the skin of Santana here in this matchup. Wheelbarrow thwarted. Knee to the jaw. What a match to kick off the final episode of NGW. Another tombstone from Monet. Crosses the arms. Good night. 1, 2. But Santana ain't ready for bedtime. Gets to his feet. Monet right there waiting for him. Irish whip into the corner. Tosses approach. Kick to the side of the head though. Gonna set him up. Monet. Split-legged moonsault. 1, 2. But it doesn't keep Callum Santana down, and frustrated is Sebastian Monet now. Notice he has to stay on the attack though. Callum Santana coming back to life. Go to hell! Knee to the face, busting Monet open. And now focusing in on that left knee of Sebastian Monet. Indian deathlock applied here by Santana. Goes to the corner. He's been looking for this all match. Is he finally going to hit it? Super kick. 1, 2. Holy shit, man. What a match. Santana not going to accept that. What the hell is this? What in God's name? I don't even know what to begin to call that, but I know it just won Callum Santana the match. That might be the most overcomplicated maneuver I have seen in my days of calling the action here in CMB, but hey, it won the match, so what do I know? What a match it was, though. Callum Santana remains unbeaten, going to the main roster with a whole lot of momentum on his side. Well, coming up next, lads, Joe Blade has been on a tear the last few weeks. I mean, well, ever since Miami, really, where he picked up that win against Sexton Stone, then was able to knock off Paul Devine one-on-one in last episode of NGW, hitting the former NGW champion Trevor Hannibal, but apparently that wasn't good enough for Joe Blade. We all saw what happened after the match. Blade attacking Trevor Hannibal. Now that NGW is coming to an end, Joe Blade hoping to keep this streak he's been on alive and well. What could be a great matchup here? Taking on Gabriel Seto. Well, if I know Trevor Hannibal, guys, he's not the kind of man to take what happened last episode laying down. If I were Joe Blade, I'd watch my back. But he's going to have to keep both eyes on Seto here. Gabriel Seto returning to CMB after a few months away. Not how he wanted to return last episode of NGW, suffering that loss at the hands of Kieran Gallagher. But a chance for the MVP of CMB to bounce back before returning to Shockwave and Octane. Of course, we learned that post Ascendance 11, a draft will occur. Once again, the rosters, Shockwave and Octane, will be separate. So really the next month going into the show of shows, every single superstar looking to bring their A++ game to any given matchup. Seto no different, not excluded. So can Joe Blade keep his streak intact? Going up against Seto here tonight. Ref ranks that bell, of course, starting to come up next. RJ Kidd and August Sky, one-on-one. We've also got Paul Devine here tonight, set for action. And then our main event, it's Sexton Stone, JB Hayes, one-on-one. And I'm sure that NGW champion Byron Kruger are going to be watching that matchup. Perhaps he'll find out who exactly is going to be coming his way in London this weekend, who will be challenging him for the NGW championship. And again, we know that whoever leaves London with the NGW championship will defend it at Ascendance 11 against Paul Devine. Big show of power here by Joe Blade. Dropping Seto face first onto the canvas. Now goes for the pin, but oh, look at this. Joe Blade just being a bit cheeky. Some disrespect now. An inverted atomic drop. Big boot. Blade follows it up with a senton into the pin. Will he actually go for the pin this time? He does, but only gets a 1 count. Seto walking Joe Blade over to the corner, toss him out in the middle of the ring like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Stomp to the arm. Now a knee drop. Joe Blade hoisted up off the canvas, dropped with that lifting reverse DDT and a moonsault. Seto rolling right now. Tries for a stop, but Blade able to roll out of the way. Referee got to watch out. Almost got taken out in the crossfire off the ropes. Big boot between the eyes. Senton again. Great combo. It worked so well the first time. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, the old saying goes. Takes a step back as Joe Blade rolling neck snap. Seto tries to get right back up. Blade, though, staying on him. German suplex launches him into the corner. Things not looking too good for the MVP of CMB right about now. Pull back into the kitchen sink. Suck the air right up out of you. Kick to the midsection. Sato giving himself a chance here. Irish whip. Goes low. Nice sit-out spinebuster and into the pin with a streak of Joe Blade end here tonight. Only a 1 count. Some kicks to the midsection, adopting a bit of a slower pace now. Is Sato going for another standing moonsault, this time into the pin. 1 count only for Gabriel Sato. Kick right upside the head, gonna make sure Blade stays down, but able to roll out of the ring. Sato, however, not let him get very far from the top to the outside with a cross body. Gabriel Sato not allowing Joe Blade to make a run for it here tonight. To a count of 3, as Sato with a hook to the jaw, now front behind, sleeper slam right down onto the floor. You heard that landing. A rough one for Joe Blade. It's now Sato not seeming to care very much about the referee's count. Again from behind, but this time Joe Blade sees him coming, elbow to the jaw, and Blade gonna follow Sato back into the ring. Just the count of 7. Oh, the in and out game now. Can't decide where they want to fight here. Sato getting a bit pissed off. Joe Blade attempting to keep up. Finally back into the ring, tries for a big old splash. Blade with the spear coming out of nowhere, but looking to make sure the job is done. Sit out powerbomb. Say goodnight, Gabriel Sato into the pin, but a lucky rope break for the MVP. Otherwise, this match might be over. It still might be Joe Blade staying focused from the top. Patiently waiting for Sato to get to his feet. Joe Blade, double axe handle. Racking the brain of Sato. Blade just staying on him like a monkey on a cupcake, baby. Barrage of elbows. You don't look like Joe Blade without getting your workouts in when you can. Some press-ups there. Joe Blade circling Gabriel Sato, perhaps taking a little bit too long, giving Sato a chance to nail him with that kick to the side of the head. And a clobbering blow right across the chest. Sato gonna drag Blade away from the ropes. The MVP, what's he thinking here? Something cooking. Nothing good for Joe Blade. Pulls him back. Big old punch to the back of the head. Gonna go after his knee. Simple approach here by Sato. Joe Blade gonna crawl into the corner. I don't think he's gonna be very safe there though. Sato putting him up on the top rope. Gabriel Sato looking for something big here. Holy shit. Sato with the delayed superplex. What power. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But somehow Joe Blade able to power out of it. Kick to the top of the head. Blade now knowing he's in trouble. Needing to turn things around and quickly. Dropping Sato face first on that top turnbuckle. Gonna bend the rules a little bit. Choking Sato out here. Using some leverage from the ropes. Stop to the gut. Blade walking through. Kick to the shoulder. All Joe Blade right now. Tries to go after the arms, but Sato able to shake him off. Back to work on the arm. Sato. Strength on display with this deadlift running power slam. Gabe seeing the finish line. Tossing Blade into the corner. spins you around, gets a good look at that derriere. What is he doing here? Seto, wait a minute. A super power bomb. That'll do it. 1, 2, or it won't. A crazy kick out there, Seto. Seto's not done though. He's got a little something else. Tries for a big boot. Gets out of the way. This blade. That Gotch style suplex. Not only once. Not only twice. But thrice. Basement drop kick to keep Seto down. Kick to the midsection. Seto. Clothesline. Off the ropes. Back body drop. Waiting for Joe Blade. Ring shaking spine buster. 1, 2, 3, and Seto finally able to put. Wait a minute, it's Hannibal! I told you he wasn't going to take what happened last episode. Lying down, but not only going after Joe Blade, taking out Seto as well. The Hardcore King. Taking no prisoners here tonight. Well, 2 great matches so far here tonight on the last episode of NGW. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3, and I'm betting that we will, considering this next matchup going to pit RJ Kidd against August Sky. The potential to be a certified barn burner here. It looks like RJ Kidd not coming out here alone tonight, though. He's got the Prestige. alongside them, the NGW Tag Team Champions, seemingly having an interest in this matchup, which isn't too much of a surprise considering the issues they've been having with Tommy Blaze and August Sky over the last couple of weeks. Still to come, guys. Up next in our co-main event, Paul Devine is here. He will be in action. And of course, our main event, Sexton Stone taking on J.B. Hayes. Last episode of NGW, and certainly everyone is pulling out all the stops as we've seen so far this evening. Looking to go out with a bang this weekend at Checkpoint London, and then begin a new chapter. A fresh start for these NGW lads competing on the main roster. That's a huge step up. The lights are going to be on bright for these kids, and they better be ready for it. August Sky not coming out here alone either. He's got Tommy Blaze watching his back. Apparently saw that the Prestige were going to be parking a seat at ringside for this one. You saw last episode of NGW, Tommy Blaze knock off Cedric Kovic one-on-one, guys. It has actually been confirmed that in London this weekend, we will see August Sky and Tommy Blaze challenge the Prestige for the NGW Tag Team Championship. So August Sky looking to collect further momentum for he and Blaze here, but RJ Kidd looking for a big win himself before heading to Shockwave and Octane. So here we go, Kidd, Sky, perhaps two of the most athletically gifted competitors in NGW, and that's certainly saying something considering the roster we have, the talent here. RJ Kidd starting off strong. RJ Kidd has also had his issues with Tommy Blaze in the past. Sure, he's not happy to see him at ringside. August Sky sent Kidd into the ropes, waiting for him on the rebound. Tries to go up high, but Kidd running right past him. Tries to go for the ropes, but Sky taking him for a walk. Takes a little bit too long, and that's going to allow RJ Kidd to get out of it. Irish Whip sends him out onto the apron. Hook to the jaw. Hanging on for dear life. RJ Kidd gonna drag him through the ropes. Forearms to the middle of the back. Putting a hurt on August Sky. That's for certain. Snap elbow drop. All RJ Kidd right now. Very impressed with RJ Kidd since his arrival here in NGW a couple months ago. And I could see this kid doing big things on Shockwave and Octane. Could say the same about August Sky. Definitely a huge opportunity for either Sky and Blaze or the Prestige to head to the main roster with the NGW Tag Team Championship. Nelson transitioned into a straightjacket German. Look at that, on his tippy toes for the pin, but only able to get a one count as RJ Kidd. Beautiful super kick. Darren Gallagher likes what he's seeing. He's a big fan. At least a big fan. Oh, both of them going off the ropes. Neither connecting. I was going to say, at least Kieran Gallagher, a big fan of watching August Sky get his shit kicked. Knee to the chest. And again, spinning soul kick. Charging RJ Kidd. Caught by the anti-hero with a snap tiger suplex. Knee to the chest. Now going to send Sky down to the outside. The Prestige watching from a distance. Ooh, Asai moonsault attempted, but unfortunately goes nowhere for RJ Kidd. Beautiful disaster kick does connect, though, for August Sky. Knife edge chop evaded. Hits one of his own. Now going to take Sky. Throws him out of the ring. Pretty straightforward. And hey, Cedric Kovic putting hands on Sky. Referee Poe very lenient here. I guess technically Kovic did not attack August, but come on. They should at least be sent to the back after that. That's some bull. Big to the midsection by Kid. Oh, caught with the double knee face breaker. 1, 2. Unable to put Kid away that easily. I don't think August Sky is finished though. Gotta be looking for that unprettier. RJ Kidd wanting none of it. Oh, damn! That snap Hangman's neck breaker. Bit of a punchline. And Kidd doesn't stop there. Cravat driver. 1, 2. August Sky keeps his head above the water, but I don't think for much longer. RJ Kidd lining up his shot. Going for the crossroads, but Sky able to see it coming. RJ gonna look to catch his breath on the apron, but Sky knocks him down to the outside. Off the top, cross body. Hell of a risk taken there by August Sky. Fortunately for him, it pays off. Shining Wizard, and down goes Kidd. Oh, here comes Kieran Gallagher. Getting very close. Look at this. Here comes Tommy Blaze. Telling Gallagher, don't even try it. Gallagher gonna retreat. Up to a count of 6. August Sky hooked to the jaw. Spinning Kidd around. Right down out of the knee. Already up to 7 here. August Sky not seeming all that concerned though as he tries for a standing moonsault. RJ Kidd giving too much time, able to get to his feet. Drop kick to the face, gonna turn Sky inside out. Here comes Gallagher again. Kieran cheering on RJ Kidd. Loving what he's seeing right now. God, RJ beating the high holy hell out of August Sky right now. August Sky fighting back. Irish whip into the barricade. At a count of 16, guys, they have until 20 to get back into the ring. But they are just shooting here. 18, and August Sky gonna get back into the ring. Breaks the count. Good guy August Sky doesn't want to win like that. Back suplex with the kip up and a leg drop. August Sky resetting the count, but keeping the fight at ringside still. Already back up to 4. Kick to the midsection, sit out facebuster, forcing RJ Kidd to kiss the floor there, but the anti-hero, a jawbreaker, gonna get himself back to a vertical base German suplex. Back and forth here between these two. Spinning soul kick. What a drop kick, just knocking Kidd into the apron. Again, we're at 10. Northern Lights suplex. Landing with a thud there. Into the barricade once more. This has become a bit of a slobber knocker, man. Busted open, his Kidd up, getting slammed head first into the barricade. August Sky going off. Another Irish whip. RJ Kidd's back, gotta be feeling some type of way at this point. 17, August Sky gets back into the ring. But once more, gonna reset the count. Northern Lights suplex again. I don't think RJ Kidd would have done that. I think he probably would have taken the count out win. Lucky for Kidd. August Sky, not that kind of guy. He's going to win. He's going to win legitimately. These two, I feel like we're going to fight all night long here. Back up to a count of 5. RJ Kidd says enough is enough. Oh, God, drop kicking a... Have him landing face first on the floor. Someone has thrown a steel chair into the ring, by the way. I'm going to imagine that was either Kieran Gallagher or Cedric Kovic. Back into the ring, RJ Kidd lying in wait. Poe gets rid of the chair. As Sky gets dropped with a German suplex, knee to the face. RJ Kidd dragging Sky away from the ropes, has something planned here. But Sky able to get out of harm's way. Back into the ring, no clean ring entry though. Elbow to the jaw, gonna save August Sky there. And the Unprettier connects. Scrambles into the pin. 1, 2, 3. August Sky grabs himself a big dub here on the last episode of NGW. 3 for 3, man. Some amazing matches here tonight. But August Sky getting the win and some more momentum en route to London this weekend again, where he and Tommy Blaze will challenge the Prestige for the NGW Tag Team Championship. Tommy Blaze making sure that Gallagher and Kovic didn't try anything funky here tonight. They still tried, but in the end, didn't matter. Our co-main event, guys, and we'll see if we can keep the trend going. Oh, wait a minute, Paul Devine making his way to the ring, ready to go one-on-one with Nick Avery, but it's Tristan Parker assaulting the Asian sensation from behind. The referee asking Devine if he wants to go ahead with the match, and, well, of course, it's Paul Devine. He ain't about to quit. Agrees for the match to go ahead as planned. Avery gonna attempt to take advantage. You can't fault him for that, but of course Paul Devine has been having his issues with the social media sensation Tristan Parker ever since his arrival here in NGW a few weeks ago. Parker instantly targeting Devine, mocking him, and well, we saw Devine respond last episode of NGW, costing Tristan Parker his matchup against RJ Kidd. But Parker not taking that lightly, it would appear. Ambushing Paul Devine, trying to give Nick Avery an upper hand here in this matchup. Devine, though, props to him for agreeing to go ahead with the matchup. Most people in his spot probably would have called it off, but not the 6-time CMD World Champion, who, of course, guys, at Ascendance 11, will challenge whomever is the NGW Champion. Of course, earned that right after winning King of the Hill at Absolution. Devine wanting to prove that he can still hang with this younger generation. We'll find out who exactly he's going to be challenging at Ascendance 11. Come Checkpoint London this weekend, but well, we still have to find out who Byron Kruger is going to be defending against. Will it be Sexton Stone or JB Hayes? Find out up next in our main event when they go one-on-one. Nick Avery, Irish whip pulled back. Avery, of course, coming off that big win against Monet in Miami, and then last episode of NGW, knocking off Mr. Green. A huge win for the Spirit Walker. How good would it feel for Nick Avery if he can pin a Hall of Famer? Avery now thrown into the ropes, running back, shot to the gut. Tries for a ripcord, maybe forearm smash, but Avery, good senses there. Not able to avoid the divine intervention, though. Lays out Nick Avery into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Paul Devine picking up the win despite that pre-match assault by Tristan Parker. Well, obviously Tristan Parker, coming to NGW, wanted to pick a fight with the toughest guy, if you will. Paul Devine letting it be known he won't be used as a stepping stone. And now it is time, my friends, for our main event here on the last episode of NGW, and you love to see that. A show of respect here between Sexton Stone and JB Hayes, shaking hands as, well, we know both men have a legitimate claim to a shot at the NGW Championship, and our general manager, Zach Cage, putting this match together. The winner, more than likely going to head to London this weekend to challenge Byron Kruger for the NGW Championship. Of course, it was Sexton Stone who, just last episode of NGW, knocked off Kruger one-on-one. But it was after the match that Stone's huge win was kind of overshadowed when JB Hayes came down to the ring and got in Byron Kruger's face. Flat out challenged him to a matchup for the NGW Championship, and Sexton Stone saying on Twitter that he was kind of a bit pissed off about that. That JB Hayes kind of just ruined what should have been a big moment for Sexton Stone. Seeing these two shake hands at the start of the matchup, though, obviously no hard feelings as they look for a competitive bout. Prove definitively who deserves that shot more. Hook to the jaw, gonna spin Sexton Stone around. Sexton even leaving Justice in the back for this matchup. Doesn't want there to be any sort of shenanigans. No reason for JB Hayes to say that whatever happens here in the main event might be a fluke or what have you. You can be sure that Byron Kruger watching who will be challenging him for the NGW Championship this weekend in London. And Sexton Stone been saying since day one, don't underestimate me. Look, I made it to the finals of the NGW Championship tournament. I beat Byron Kruger clean one-on-one. When are people going to stop discounting me just because of my name or the way I look or that I like to have fun? Pulls him into a big boot. And we know JB Hayes holds not one but two victories against Byron Kruger. Back at Departure and then last month, but neither of those wins were while Byron Kruger was champion. Of course, Kruger won the championship in that scramble in Miami. A lot of people say it's JB Hayes' fault that Byron Kruger is the champion, because if you'll remember, in that scramble match, JB Hayes allowed Byron Kruger to score a pinfall, which pretty much won Byron Kruger the match in the end. Sexton Stone, man. Oh, what a cravat driver right there. And now JB Hayes going to mock Sexton a little bit. Being cheeky, knocks him back down to the outside. This match has been a million miles a minute. Non-stop, and JB Hayes from the top to the outside. Throws caution to the wind. Lucky for him, it pays off with that body splash, but pays for it. DDT cracking his skull. Can tell how badly both these men want that shot at Byron Kruger. Want that shot at the NGW Championship. Again, remember, whomever leaves London as NGW Champion goes on to Ascendance 11 to defend that championship against Paul Devine. It'll be the biggest match of one young superstar's career. Whether it's Byron Kruger, whether it's Sexton Stone, or JB Hayes. Both men back into the ring at the count of three. Sexton Stone caught with a clothesline. Another one. Sexton caught. Snap power slam. JB Hayes, no time to waste. Stalking the Milkman. Goes for the jumping cutter. Counters to Stone into a power slam. Sexton now stalking JB Hayes. Doesn't work quick enough though. Sent into the ropes. Backbreaker. Neckbreaker. To the top rope goes JB now. Perfect position. Elbow drop to the very heart of the Milkman. 1, 2, 3. JB Hayes picks up the win. What a match. What a match. What a match. What a win for JB Hayes. Sheesh, I barely got a chance to catch my breath. That match was just non-stop. For the final episode of NGW, guys, JB Hayes victorious in the main event, remains undefeated. What a victory. And of course, NGW looking to go out with a bang, guys, this weekend. Checkpoint London. Do not miss it.